I would love to share it with you. All right, guys. So over the course of the last year, a lot of us, pretty much everybody here, and if you're new here, you may not have had this experience yet, and that's totally fine, but we've been given this incredible gift that we all know as LiveGood. And we've all watched and participated in the phenomenal growth and expansion of this very needed and massively impactful movement. You guys, we've almost hit 1 million members. 1 million. That's so crazy. Have you ever thought, stop to think for a second, about the impact a single story can make? Just one story. We are now here at LiveGood nearly 1 million strong. 1 million voices, 1 million experiences, 1 million lives, you guys, now different. Imagine the collective force, the sheer magnitude of change, and the incredible inspiration encapsulated within 1 million stories. It's time we start sharing these stories. They're your stories and they're my stories, and really they're all of our stories. They're our LiveGood stories. So we are so excited that you are here with myself and Dr. Erin to have this space to share the impact and difference this incredible movement has had for each and every one of us. There you go.
Thank you, my friend. You are so beautiful, and you are so beautiful with your words. And we thought on this inaugural first ever on the planet, never ever been done before, LiveGood Stories edition, we would feature ourselves just to begin. And then we will bring all sorts of other people on. So we are going to start with Tiffany. Okay. So before you share your LiveGood story, can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you're up to in this world?
Absolutely. Okay, guys. So obviously,
oh no, she froze. Oh no. Okay.
Did I freeze?
You did. You're back. I was just saying. Oh, I'm so glad you're back. I was just saying we're going to start with, before talking about LiveGood. Mm-hmm. What are you up to in the world? Who are you?
Yeah, no, I would love to share. So a little bit about me, you guys. I live in Michigan. I'm Tiffany. I live in Michigan. I'm a single mom. I've been a single mom my son will be 17 in less than a month, which is absolutely crazy. It's wild how fast it's all gone by. But so for the last 17 years, I have literally just been doing that, taking care of my son, living. Out here in Michigan where we live, I manage a restaurant full time. And when I'm not doing that, I'm doing LiveGood, obviously, and sharing this amazingness with other people. And, following a couple other pursuits here and there. But what's really cool is, because my son is so close to his 17th birthday, this is the part of my life where I really get to explore what it is I want to do. So I'm moving into a year of, who knows what. So much goodness and so many cool things are right around the corner. So that's a little bit about me. That's what I do outside of, in the real big world outside of LiveGood.
So as one of your friends, I have firsthand experience of how you work sharing the good news of LiveGood with people. And it's like, just a second, I'm between pancake orders. Just a second. So blueberry pancakes just dropped. I got to head outside because I'm laughing too hard, but listen to what just happened. Or, oh my gosh, this person just said this and this person's joining. And oh my gosh. And you have such a heart for this. Okay. So I have a hunch of what you want to share about your LiveGood story, but can I just say, you've dropped 30 pounds.
Oh, yes.
Were you looking at LiveGood like, oh, this is the weight loss program I've been looking for. I'm going to lose weight. Was that the intention?
Not in a million years. Nope. not in a million years. I didn't even think that was possible. I didn't even think it was in the realm of possibility of something that could happen here. No, not at all. It's been absolutely wild.
Because we don't have weight loss magic pills.
No, we don't.
We don't. Okay. So I remember when I started taking the products, I was like, well, I'm down 6 pounds. I haven't been able to get this weight off for the last 3 years since the pandemic. And then my friend was like, well, I'm down 6 pounds, and then I'm down 8 pounds. And Tiffany's like, I'm down 27 pounds. and I didn't mean to do that. So, okay. So tell us Tell us your LiveGood story.
My LiveGood story. Oh,
Like,
you
what in the
guys.
world? Why do you think you lost 30 pounds?
Why do I? Oh my gosh. Okay, where do I even begin? We're gonna start at the beginning, and I'll make this as easy and quick and all the things as I can. So my LiveGood story, back in July of this year, I was introduced to LiveGood. A girl I knew online reached out to me, sent me this long blurb about it. I watched the video, and the rest is really history as far as me joining, right? Like, I saw what I saw in the video, you guys, and I couldn't unsee it. Now, a little context, okay? I want to give you guys a little history. I've been in network marketing, multi-level marketing for a little over 9 years. I spent the last 5 years in a health and wellness company that's been around for, I think at this point, you guys, they've been around for like 38 years. It's a really long time, right? So this company has been around for a really long time. I was there for 5 years. And while I was there, I purchased all the products. I was a product of the products. I was doing all of the right things. But for the life of me, I just couldn't seem to get the kind of trajectory that I was told was possible there over and over and over again over the course of these 5 years, right?
Meaning weight loss?
No, it wasn't. I'm going to get to the weight loss. I'm
Okay.
going to share about the weight loss. But for me, it was just what we're all told we can accomplish through, this industry and through this space and all the things. And for me, when I came to network marketing, if you will, I came when my son and I were coming out of being homeless. We had been homeless for 6 months. We were living in a trailer, literally, on the Oregon coast. And this is back then. This is way before LiveGood, you guys. And I had found this opportunity, right? Another person had reached out to me about this opportunity. And I clung to it so hard because I needed some kind of hope. I needed some kind of this is a path that you can pursue that will give you some kind of stability in your future. And I didn't just need it for me. I needed it for my son. My son was real little at the time. So I spent 5 years in this space building, and I was doing it every day. You guys, I even remember, this is how crazy this was. I remember our first RV that we had was, I think it was 20 feet. My son would sleep down on there was a loft above where you drove the RV, right? And then you climb down a ladder, and there was a little couch that turned into a bed, and my son would sleep there. And so I would sleep in the loft, and he would sleep on that little pull-out bed. And early in the morning, before I had to drive 45 minutes to the actual real-life job that I had, I would climb down and I would pull out my laptop and I would put it on this little tiny counter thing that we had. And I would sit there for an hour and a half, and I would send messages to people to talk to them. I did this for probably about a year and a half. It was crazy. And I just want to give you that context, because that is the space that I moved in for 5 years. And so I was committed, right? I was committed to this. I believed all of the things, and it just wasn't working. So back in October of 2022, I decided to leave that company. And in July of 2023, I found this. And when I found LiveGood, I had no idea what was going to happen or take place, especially the weight loss, which I'm getting to. But immediately when I saw what I saw in that 5-minute video, for me, all of the things that I felt like had frustrated me so much about that space I was in for 5 years felt like they were answered in that 5-minute video. I knew that all of the things instantly, I knew all of the things that I had felt for so long, this is why I'm not making any headway. This is why.
Can you rattle them off? Because I know you can. What are those things you saw?
Yeah, I absolutely can. So for me, one of the things was we had massive turnover where I was before. What that is often called, you guys, is retention. And what that means is that when, let's say you introduce Sally Joe, right, to whatever it is you're doing, then the chances of Sally Joe being there in 6 months are not very good. And so that means that you're going to have to go find a whole bunch of Sally Joes to keep them coming in month after month after month so that you can keep creating a check, right, for yourself. That's just the nitty gritty of it. So I like to call this holes in the bucket. That's my phrase. I love to call that holes in the bucket because where I came from, there was tons of holes in the bucket. And honestly, we were just told over and over again to kind of look the other way. Like, this is just how it is. You just got to get used to it. People come, people go, all the things. And I'll tell you right now, that's absolutely not true. But that was one of the things that I saw this answering. One of the other things that I saw this answering was where I was before, people had to shop in that space for a certain amount of products every month. You had to shop for 35 points of product every month while you were there. Here at LiveGood, you could shop for whatever you want, when you want, if you want. There was no pressure. And I can't tell you guys over the course of those 5 years how many times I spent hours upon hours upon hours at the end of the month calling people and asking them to purchase things or make sure that their order goes through or make sure that they look at their account. And even oftentimes into the next month too. We would have to do it the next month because there was like this little grace period. And so you had to get it done really fast. That didn't exist here. But I think the biggest thing, you guys, for me that I saw was the cost. So being a single mom, it almost makes me emotional. Being a single mom, I found a way over those 5 years where I was before to buy the things that existed in that space. But I did it simultaneously while I was literally on welfare, you guys, while I was getting food stamps. And my check from that company was covering the cost of my products. And if there was ever anything left over, it was usually, $5, $10, $15 maybe at the end of the day. So I was on food stamps, but I was scrambling and working sometimes 2-3 jobs just to be able to keep our head above water and then also afford these products that we were buying there, which was absolutely crazy. So I see LiveGood in July and I see prices like $9.95 and $8.95. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I haven't even seen prices that cheap at Walmart. Like, how are these products this affordable? You know what I mean? That was bananas. And so for me, knowing that there's a lot of me's out there, there's an awful lot. And there's way more now, I think, in 2023 than there's ever been before. I knew that this was going to be the answer for so many people. So that was huge. Now, what's happened since July 2023, this year, is yes, I have lost 30 pounds. I actually think it's 31 or 32 now.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you haven't checked for a couple days.
just falling off. But I honestly believe that the reason why I've lost that kind of weight here is because these products are actually, like, they do what they say they're going to do. Like, my body is actually finally getting the nutrition that it has needed for so long, which is actually kind of scary when you think about it, because I was paying like $200-$300 a month before for things that I was told were just as good. And I never lost that kind of weight. So it has been incredible here, you guys, from not just the relationships. Like, Dr. Erin and I have become super, super good friends, one of my best friends now. But also, like, just the mission and focus and integrity of this company and the desire that it was born from to really go out and help every single person. Not just a select few, not just, people who can, like, afford some ridiculous product or something like that. It's just the concept and the mission is so close to my heart. And it has been insane. I've been more successful here than I was in my first 2 years of the other space that I was in. And that's saying something, because I know how much work I did there.
Yeah.
So it's been incredible. It's been amazing.
You know, you were one of, I think, the first person to say, no one gets hurt here. I just remember when you said that thinking, oh my gosh, you're right.
Yeah.
No one does. No one gets hurt by a $10 a month membership.
No.
You're literally just blessing people. As cheesy as that sounds, no one gets hurt.
Yeah.
And no one leaves, like you said. We have like 96% retention rate.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And so the bandwidth that opens up of not having to keep people. They're staying because they want to stay.
Right.
It's true. I mean, I know you've looked at your team growth each month and you have incredible retention.
Yeah, my team retention rate here has been 99% every single month. Or it's either 99 or 100% every single month since July. Which is
are you
just,
working?
are
you working 100% harder? No. It's not because of that. Like, it's just people aren't. You know, you said people. I mean, retention, you know, is a big thing when you're building a business like this, because they leave as fast as they come in, and we, you know, the industry is, I think it's 30% retention rate, right? So to have 96 is just amazing.
Yeah. Been absolutely amazing.
Incredible. And I know your work ethic, and so I know how hard you must have been working those 5 years. I know. I mean, the thought of you doing that homeless from an RV, I can only imagine how hard you were working.
Yeah.
So I'm just so grateful for you. Tiffany and I met. She posted, and you'll see she has a way with her words, and that's because she has a way with her heart and her mind and her brain and her person. But I just messaged her. I was like, I just got to tell you, like, you belong on a stage somewhere. These words that come out of your mouth, and that was, the rest is history. But I'm so excited for you and your team and where you're going. And
thank you.
You know, you used a product. I brought your products because I thought I would be your Vanna White.
Vanna White. Okay, here we go.
There's a product called Factor 4 in LiveGood that's no one else has it on the market, and it's for inflammation. And I think you would agree, Tiffany, this is one of the most impactful products for the weight loss. We think because it's inflammation.
Yeah, I'm a huge believer in that. Yeah. I think it's
because the rest of the stuff you're using is our vitamins, our aminos, are like, nothing's a secret crazy weight loss thing.
No, nothing is. I mean, I use the coffee, and the coffee does have things in it that can help with weight loss.
That's the one. This is the one weight loss product we have, the mushroom coffee.
Yeah, and the thing that's cool about the mushroom coffee is that it's got adaptogenic mushrooms in it, you guys. So that coffee is only, I think it's $17.95.
Yep.
And I used to drink Four Sigmatic, and Four Sigmatic has one mushroom per bag, maybe two if you're lucky. This has 6, and Four Sigmatic costs $40 to $45 a bag, which is not a month's supply. I promise you that. That's like a week. It's absolutely insane.
I know. It's just, it's a blessing. Well,
it is.
You know, as we wrap up with your story time.
Yeah.
We're going to end this every time with our guests with this question. What is one word you think of when you think of LiveGood?
For me, it's joy. It's joy, which is hilarious because anybody who knows me knows that's my word for 2024 in a way. Like, that's what I'm moving into, you guys. But I really feel it's joy because, and here's why. I'll just give you this real quick. So me personally, I believe that this space was manifested by a deep desire of hundreds of millions of people to see something different in this space. And it's here. And it can help you. However, it's meant to help you. It's not rigid. It's not only these four walls. You know what I mean? It's organic. And to me, that equals joy, because it can be what it needs to be for every single person. And you get to decide what that looks like for you. So I love that. But thank you. That's my story.
Oh.
That's my live good story. Now it's your turn, friend.
Well, this is fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you guys. So we're going to scooch over to the other side now. Great. Dr. Erin, so why don't you tell me, or tell all of us, I should say, a little bit about what you do outside in the big old world outside of Live Good.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. So I'm a psychologist. I've been a psychologist for 20 years. I always knew I wanted to be one, which is it's such a blessing to know what you want to be when you grow up. I have a private practice here in Reno, and then that was just really not paying the bills because it's hard to get insurance to pay. And 8 years ago, someone had introduced me to network marketing for 6 years. For 6 years, I said, no, thank you. And one day we were standing, Gracie and I, my daughter, were standing in the produce section, and she goes, can we get some berries? And I remember telling her no and saying they were too much money. And I cried in the produce section. I went home and I called my friend up who was in network marketing. I said, fine, I'm ready. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And so I got into this profession really because of struggle and pain. And I've been doing it for 10 years in many companies. I'm a speaker. I'm a business coach. I'm a corporate trainer. I'm a 7-time #1 best-selling author. I do a lot of things around the psychology of business and the psychology of success and the psychology of sales. And then I'm a mom to 3 and a wife to Garth of 25 years.
That's a lot. This is like 17 hats, friend. That's a lot. But that's amazing. I love all of that. Oh my gosh, you got a lot going on. Okay. So we're going to take all of that, because I know there's overlay. You have overlay with those things here, which is amazing. You can talk about that too. But now share with us, like, okay, you found this, right? A couple months ago. How many months ago now has it been? 6, 7?
6 months and 7 days.
Oh, wow. Look at you. You know exactly how long. Okay. So, okay, tell us your Live Good story. Like, I know a lot of people, hold on, you guys, before she lets this out. All right. I'm going to say this. A lot of people in the Live Good world, we all know and love Dr. Erin. Dr. Erin is absolutely amazing. If you know her, you love her, period, end of story. But I don't think too many people really know they know maybe a little bit, but they don't really know your whole Live Good story. So go ahead, friend.
Yeah, my Live Good story started where my career with network marketing stopped. 6 months and about 2 weeks ago, I had quit the industry for good. There's a lot of reasons why I did. I was with a company for 6 years. We were health and wellness. And I will tell you, I worked that company like you worked that company. I was a trainer on the big stage. I never saw a paycheck over $200. I could have one good month, and it was Black Friday month. It was always November, because I would call everyone and I would give them a big discount so that I could get the rank up and the recognition, and I didn't make any money.
Wow.
And wow. I couldn't sustain it, because of course you can't. And so no one would, buy from me several months after, because they were all stocked up. And it was this never ending thing. And I remember just the amount of heartache I had over, I could not get it off the ground, and I could not understand why. And for many, many reasons, I left that company. It was Arbonne, actually. I left that company because I became an online coach. So I'm grateful to the industry, because it opened up coaching because I told my upline, I'm like, well, what are you doing? You're making like 50,000 a month. And what are you doing that's different? And she was a psychologist too. And she's like, I don't know. I have a coach. And I'm like, what's a coach? And I got online. I go, well, I must need to hire him. So I hired him and we did one session and I'm like, well, he's a lovely man, but he's not that great. And then I'm like, I would be really great at coaching because I'm a psychologist. And so I'm like, I'm going to become a coach. And Arbonne kicked me out of Arbonne because I was a coach. And they said that basically if anyone in the world found out about me and loved me and wanted to be, they might want to join my team. And that was viewed as cross recruiting. And I'm like, wait, that's like saying if you want to sell jewelry at a local farmer's market that you would have to ask everyone that came up to you, excuse me, before I sell you this jewelry, are you an Arbonne associate? And they couldn't make sense of it, but they kicked me out. And my heart was broken and I went to therapy and blah, blah, blah. And I joined several other companies. They're all in health and wellness because getting healthy saved my life. I was clinically depressed. I was suicidal. It saved my life. And so it's always been my mission to help people get healthy. But our Arbonne budget was $24,000 a year. We spent $2,000 a month on products. We were told that basically you were a bad person if you had Dove in your shower. And so it was very expensive. And so I was like, I don't want the soap police to come to my house. Find the Dove soap in my shower, and I drank the Kool-Aid. And anyways, never had success in these, but and then our last company, we had some success and then they ended up screwing everyone over and didn't pay us our paychecks. But we made a lot of money in that last one because we had fast start money. So we sold $3,000 packs. Everyone put them on their credit cards. No one had any business buying a $3,000 pack during the pandemic. And we made a ton of money off the backs of 1,500 people and none of them ranked up. And I didn't know. And so we give ourselves grace because there wasn't another way. So I was mortified. I was grieving. I went and I took Grace on a walk because that's what I do when I'm sad because she's so smart. And she looked at me and she said, Mom, if it would have worked, don't you think it would have worked by now? Mm. So when I saw, and I said, you're right. This is the definition of insanity. Mm-hmm. Staying in this profession for me was the definition of insanity.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, God, okay, therapist, I'm quitting. I'm going to and then Johnny, my friend, sent me the LiveGood video a week later. And, we signed up immediately and I woke up in the morning and I looked at Garth and I said, I think we just joined another company. Anyways, we have a team of 1,892 beautiful people. We ranked up to leadership in 90 days. But most importantly, my story is I am having so much fun.
Yeah.
I have not cried myself to sleep once. I love this. This is so fun because so that's my LiveGood story.
That's so good. So what do you think? I'm curious because I had 5 years, you had 6, right? We've kind of been in that dance. And what do you think it is for you personally that you see here that's so different from all the other things that have come before?
Yeah. It's what you and I titled our video that went viral. It is the great disruption that this industry has needed and wanted. And like Grace said, if it would have worked, it would have worked by now. So if 95% of people never make money in network marketing, it's because it didn't. If it would have worked, it would have worked by now, right? So there was a hole in the bucket, right? Yeah. And when I realized, I study business. That's what I do. I've studied under Brenda Burchard, Ed Milet. They've all been my mentors. I've spent $240,000 paying mentors to teach me about business. I love being a business coach. Mm-hmm. You have what everyone wants and no one else has.
Right.
It took me about 2.2 minutes to watch that and say, what?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they did it. They flipped the entire industry that was upside down. They flipped it right side up.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
I am a ingredient reader, as is most consumers now. They can go online and look at ingredients, which is why Amazon wiped out 30% of product-based network marketing companies, because we could go read a label and say, wait, that's cheaper. I'm going to get that. Like, humans are not dumb. Okay. So I looked at the ingredients. I said, what? Oh, that's how they're able to do it. It's like Costco. It just it made sense to me when I saw it. I was like, this is Costco. Costco doesn't make any money off their products. When you don't, and when you realize why that shaving cream and soap was $28, and you learn that everything costs $8 to $12 in network marketing to make, but then it's hiked up to pay the top people, the $50,000 people.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Game over. And I saw it, and it was like, trust me, get in, trust me, get in, trust me, get in. And we won't stop. We won't stop sharing this, Tiffany, because
it's incredible, isn't it?
This is the disruption I've been waiting for. Everything has changed, which just means everything has changed.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I love that. I love that about your story, because you guys, for those of you who don't know her, like I said in the beginning of her sharing, to know Dr. Erin is to love her, and her everything about her, from every cell in her body, literally moves from a space of wanting to help others. And I can only imagine how infuriating and frustrating that must have been for you to go through those experiences in those other spaces, because knowing you, I know about you that your intention and your heart and your desire, even then, would have only been because you were trying to help others and trying to find the best way possible to do that. And to be punished for that is just absolutely ridiculous. And does it blow your mind? Because we're here, and you got people are celebrated, you guys, here, for being multi-passionate, for being wanting to explore roads of how we can help each other. That's how we're here today. That's how Dr. Erin and I are here today, sharing our stories with you, and soon to be sharing your stories with everyone. Where I moved before, this would have been a big no-no. We would not have been allowed to do this. So I just think it's incredible to hear that, and to know that now, you're in this space and that's celebrated, and thank God, right, that this now exists.
Every day I thank God that this exists.
Thank God that God bless the broken road, right? I've said it before, I'll say it again. It all led to exactly where we're all meant to be. Yeah. So that's incredible. Wow. Well, thank you for sharing all of that, my friend.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you want to ask me what my word is?
Yes, I do. Oh my gosh. Yes, I do. I will remember this.
Stop it. We'll end with that.
You know what? I think I know, but they don't. So, okay. Dr. Erin, what you think of LiveGood? What word comes to mind? What word is yours?
You thought I would be prepared, didn't you? Good. I so good.
Mm-hmm.
I love you. Thank you for watching, everybody. We will be back next week with some more LiveGood stories. Yes, and we can't wait to hear from you, your LiveGood stories. Share them with us. We want to feature you. It's kind of like a podcast, but on live stream. It's so fun. This is so fun. We can bring guests on. It's just so beautiful. Thank you, Tiffany.
Yeah, thank you. So excited. I can't wait. Next week,
Bye.
we'll see who we bring on. All right, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.